Okay, are we live? I've unmuted us.
Hello. Am I alive? Can you all hear us? Can you all see us? If you can see me, then what the hell? Are you my wall?
Yes, can you see us? We hear it say, oh god, they can see us!
Oh no.
Why
Hey,
is
how's everyone doing?
Why is Rook sending me emails now of all times, guys?
Ignore them.
Yeah, so welcome again to another Digimon Abridged behind the scenes. Well, I'm just gonna listen to the stream real quick, so you're gonna get some double audio. Just wanna make sure that's sound files playing. Cool. Yeah, the music I put.
music.
Yeah, the background music's there. What did Welsh do? Hold on. I saw fuck Welsh got me. Zach and Cody. Oh, how dare you? How dare you, good sir?
Ouch. Our bones.
How y'all doing today?
You ready to revisit some fun stuff from Digimon Abridged episode 9?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had one of these, but it's so good to be back to the original Digimon Adventures timeline.
Oh my god, yes.
And I'm not mistaken, Red. Episode 10 might be out before end of this year.
I mean, let's not skip ahead just yet. But hold on, let me just send a
Dress,
message.
I tried, gang. I tried. I tried to wrangle those sweet, sweet secrets out from him. For you. I can't wait to see how he put himself through the ringer this time. We were mean to him a little bit.
Here's the funny thing. Most of this episode wasn't that bad. And then I did it to myself again.
And then there was Sukamon lip flaps. The silence is deafening.
It wasn't Sukamon that was the problem. It was Chumon. Okay, so
Yeah.
normally there are 2 lip flaps per person per shot. Why did Chumon only have a closed lip flap and a full open lip flap? What the fuck?
Because Chumon's mouth works like one of those dinosaur grabby hand things. Like,
I believe it.
Yes.
So I guess we're going to start this up with some fun facts because Welsh brings it up. Sukamon's voice sounds so smooth because he was voiced by our very own Nikkei the VA. You may know him as the DM for DigiDestiny, and we were having a lot of fun. And Yamaki in Tamers. We were just having a lot of fun with him when Sukamon was kicking my ass in the streams. So it was like, you know what? Let's get ready for Sukamon. And then we wrote Sukamon and it was like, this isn't at all the same voice that he did. Oh well.
I love the idea that Nick was kicking your ass as you are with Sukamon, and they were like, fine, we're gonna shoot Sukamon. Mimi, blast him with a gun.
I do think this episode was written before that episode though, but
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was funny.
Definitely.
Also, there's like an inside joke between us, like Nick can, in theory, be grandfathered into any Digimon because of the streams.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you guys ready to dive into this episode of Digimon Abridged?
Let's fucking go!
I can't hear you. I can't hear. No, Storm. I can't hear them. We're on one side of the screen. They're everywhere else.
Wait, have you been able to hear them before?
Anyway,
do the screams come to you like a prophet receiving visions from an angry god?
Speaking of angry gods, we'll start with scene 1. So actually, this shot is interesting because this wasn't in the original edit. I did it to pace things out. A common question we got on the episode itself is, are we still going to tackle the Joe and Sora episode?
Yeah, are we going to tackle that episode, or am I just left to die on the altar?
Storm, actually, you want to handle that one? Because you actually had some good points against why we shouldn't do that episode.
Yes, I would love to tackle that. So, the way we structured episode 7 for Digimon Abridged, the episode where Gomamon Digivolved to Ikakumon, was very much a Joe coming character development episode where he got some more confidence and managed to reach new levels with his partner. This the Bakuman episode is very much a watered down repeat of that, making it a nothing burger, with Joe in particular being very out of character, being much more abrasive and bossy in a way that isn't flattering to him. Sora is not really much of an agent in the story herself outside of fishing Joe out. It was just deemed like a nothing burger episode, so we felt like the cutaway gag was the best way to, funny enough, abridge it.
Yeah, especially since overall in the plot, nothing majorly happens.
Whereas with Izzy and Mimi, we get the lore about the Digivice. We get a little bit more advancement with the plot. Whereas with Joe and Sora, they just have a one-off adventure, meet the Bakuman, and go.
Yeah. But back to the Angry God part, we have this bit right here.
A discount, but for therapy, which is something all these kids are gonna need heaps of once they get back home. Wait, do you hear something?
It's fine and whatnot, but I'm here. You can help me. You are choosing not to. You're selfish. I hate you.
So Storm, looking at my timeline, what's the first thing you notice?
Izzy recorded a lot of dialogue.
Yes, actually, this is actually a sound file from episode 8. This is the same thing. Izzy basically improvised a bunch of stuff when he was flying by Matt, and we used that to start this episode. But what I'm referring to is the color of these clips. There's blue is the default color a clip is when it's dropped into Premiere. Violet is an After Effects composition.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So let's see. This shot is about 3 seconds. Let's see how long it is in here. I'm willing to bet it's not 3 seconds. Oh boy. It's
Also, I wanted to point that shot of Tentumon in the later clip. It seemed
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah. So this is something that I have to do a fair amount. These are extensions. If you saw my breakdown of episode 2, you are familiar with the 6.5 hour VFX edit session I did just to create a looping animation of Izzy. This was nothing compared to that. So basically, well, actually no, this was actually much easier because I got to play with expressions.
I can also imagine that the 6-hour edit that lives in infamy could be done a lot easier for you nowadays.
Yes, also I've now trumped that with the 12-hour edit session. But I can't talk about that project yet.
Yeah,
So
what?
I will talk about that someday. But yeah, so basically, step 1 is isolate each unique frame of Izzy. And the only thing that changes here is his hair. So I was able to actually duplicate most of these masks, and the only new one I would have to draw would be his hair. That was the easy part. And normally what I would do in this situation is I would duplicate these and then drag them over until I had enough to fill the sequence. But like Storm has said, it is easier nowadays. I have a cheat code. I have math, motherfuckers!
Math! No! AKA the witchcraft.
So what I do is I set a keyframe at the beginning of the clip and where the last clip ends. This is the last frame of this footage. I then use what is called a loop out expression.
Now, what is that?
So expressions are, they're essentially small lines of math that you can plug into any value that you can normally keyframe to automate certain actions. Here I used the loop out duration expression, which basically told After Effects, hey, from this keyframe to this keyframe, just keep repeating that.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it's basically automatically looping everything for me. That's why this is red, because this is basically saying, hey, this has an expression tied to it. It's the same.
Being the audience circuit, not knowing what the hell is going on, so I can ask the questions.
Oh yeah, I had to do that on the same thing on this shot with Mimi, because same damn problem.
They're 12. Devin's going to jail.
Yes. I also did it on. Hold on, which shot was that? 5 version 3. Yeah, and Storm, as you painfully pointed out, Tentomon's not from here. So
He's not around. He's not from around these parts.
he's actually from episode 3. This is right when he flies in front of the screen when Guru-Human had digivolved. But you see, the reason I did this is Tentomon is actually originally in the bed right here with Izzy. But you see in this shot, he's flying. I needed to do this to maintain a level of continuity, because I didn't want just to extend this shot all the way here because it would be too boring. So I had to do a little bit of that.
Gotcha.
Obviously I create more work for myself. I would also again have to do, this is actually really funny, because I would also have to do it again for these shots here at the end of the episode. Just cut out Mimi and the trees and then loop the sky behind them.
I fought you so hard on that.
Yes, because the funny thing is, this almost made it, I almost forgot to do them. This was a last minute edit in the episode itself, because I actually forgot to do these shots.
The island itself is moving, and no one would have noticed.
I know, but I would have. I had to do that here for Mimi. Let's see. Again, here, the mask on the trees isn't actually that good, but it gets the job done. And this actually specifically was the shot that I forgot to do. Actually, come to think of it, I probably could have just masked out the top of this and just slowed down the animation. God damn it.
But the great thing is about shots like this is your eyes automatically drawn to the thing in motion.
Exactly. That's why I'm even dealing with that in episode 10, where there's a few things that's like, that looks a little wonky. Let me pull more attention away from that. Actually, this right here was the first shot I did for the episode.
Come on.
Yeah, I have to do a lot of compositing. And for those of you who don't know, compositing is the process or the technique of combining visual elements from separate sources into a single image to make them look like they were one.
So taking character A from out of the original shot and dropping them into background B.
Yeah. So for example, this, oh my God, Palwan, you had so many masks here. God damn, you're such a detailed character.
Why is it so scary?
This was the original shot.
I always forget Palmon has a tail.
Same, actually. Wow. But yes, this was actually originally a shot of her in the ruins talking to Izzy. But we need her in the other ruin section talking to Izzy and everyone. To mention, like, if there's no more chumps left to get Togemon, so I had to actually go through and find a background to put her in. Thankfully, this is, I believe it's right before, it's right before Sentomon stands up.
Before his consciousness fades.
Exactly. But yeah, I've gotten really good at that because of how I've been doing that since episode 2. I've had to do a bunch of compositing in these episodes. another example of compositing isn't just characters into new shots, it's objects, such as the infamous shit. Originally, this was a part of a wide shot, but I wanted to, put it on this close-up of Mimi for the sake of comedy, so I just dropped it. Easy. Just gotta cut this piece of shit out and then just keyframe it.
Between the Numamon and Sukamon, Mimi has the worst luck when it comes to random encounters.
Garbagemon too. They actually
Oh,
fought-
yeah.
Yeah, they literally shoot shit out of a can and she catches it like a boss. She's like, no, I'm done with you. It's why I got that shot in episode 3 of, and then everyone fell asleep. The end.
I actually think that her neck was the thing that was reloading there.
This was actually an interesting one. I had to oh god, something's broken. What happened here? Something's okay. So full disclaimer, I just updated Premiere, and after I have updated my software because I was done with this. So some things are gonna be a little finicky. Yeah,
That's haunting.
Yeah, each mask is offset by 1 frame. That's interesting.
Ignore that 1 frame, folks.
Yeah, so basically I had to retie. Oh, I love how this scuff.
Don't you love the Jang?
Yeah, I had to basically retime Palmon's movement because originally Izzy had a rock over his head when Palmon was making these moves. But I wanted to implement Palmon's movement for the with Digivolve.
We did evolve.
Yeah, I've gotten more interested in utilizing character animation for emphasis on certain dialogue pieces, so that's what I've been doing. I've been kind of cheating the footage and pulling it into submission for that. And then there's, oh yeah, this is easy. PS Weasel is fucking fantastic at this. I need to pick his brains about this more often. But he is great at eye movement. It's probably one of his best signatures that he's known for. So what I did here is I'm about to haunt you. Behold, Izzy with no eyes. And these are eyes I've just cut out from the original footage. And I just created my own background. And then, whapa, keyframed the animation.
You know, normally when someone says, I cut out someone's eyes, that's a sign that they're a serial killer.
Or they're an editor.
Which one remains to be seen?
These all fall in the line. Okay, so this fucking
b-
shot.
Before we move on, I do want to comment on one thing that was fun for the behind the scenes on this.
Oh, please.
It's very rare that we get to script these episodes with different kids interacting with each other's Digimon on like this. So having Izzy and Palmon as a pair while Mimi and Tentomon were a pair was a very fun, like refreshing breath of fresh air for the writing process.
Agreed. I remember actually being scared going to this episode because we didn't have Ty. And I really missed writing for Ty in this episode just because he is such a wealth of just fun and wacky energy.
Oh, yeah.
Another fun fact that we've mentioned, this episode was written at the same time as episode 10. We had a short window to write these episodes. And it was like, let's just fucking go for it. Let's see if we can crank them out. And
we had 2 weeks.
Yeah, we wrote both episodes in 2 weeks. How the fuck that happened, I don't know.
It was fantastic.
Demonic's like, today's not Saturday, y'all gave me a heart attack. Fair enough, my apologies.
Did you not see the update in the server?
Ooh, I didn't put out a community post, though, on the YouTube, so maybe that's why.
Well, that's for next time.
Yeah. So this whole shot, this is the entire scene right here.
I love how
one
spaces.
Yeah. That's because I had to basically retime all of Joe's movements because he wiggles. I had to just basically take out certain. I had to fucking. God, this was a pain in the ass. there's a Joe overlay right here for when he's just crying at the end. Oh god, there's so many pre-comps in here.
Joe, you needy bastard.
One for his left flap so I can use them in the actual sequence. And then we have these Bakamon. Voiced by Chase and John D. Alright, bye Welch.
Hey.
Did anybody get any sleep doing this episode? No. Because
yes. Myself and Chase did. Because Red's the only editor who works on these for now.
Yes.
Coming for your bones.
Yeah, I'll comment on that at the end of this. But yeah, this entire thing was just one big composited chimera. Like, I had to carefully mask out this salt just so it didn't get cut off by the edge of the mask.
Red, how does your brain work with this? Like, how do you come up with some of these solutions?
I have to. Like, this was actually a dumb one. So, this shot was Centaurimon hitting the wall and shaking. Now, these are shake lines from, like, the animation. I didn't want those, so I just got rid of them. I duplicated parts of the background from when they aren't there and just put them on top. This probably could have been done in Premiere, but I'm more used to doing it in After Effects. Now on to one of my favorite edits. This one came in 2 parts. Let's see. So, there's... Let me just scroll ahead to that section. Right, so. Notice how there's a piece of video right here on top of the After Effects file? Because there was an error I didn't notice until after I did this effect. You want to see it?
Yes. What the hell? Maybe we became blonde.
It's only for like 2 frames. 3 frames.
Mimi, we know you dye your hair eventually, but blonde? What happened to the strawberry pink?
So I just masked out her entire hair and just brought in a curved adjustment and just cranked it down. Oh wait, so you want pink? Let's do some pink here.
And we gotta stay in canon with O2 lore.
There we go. There's her pink hair. We did it, gang.
And now she needs stars.
Okay, fuck
How
you.
did she get those in her hair anyway?
Get glue? I don't know. But the bigger problem here was originally in this shot. I'm just going to bring these up as a comparison. Let's see, where is that shot? Oh yeah, there was 2 attacks on her.
Oh, there he
Sukamon,
is.
why are you flying? So, for those of you who can't see too clearly,
You know, sometimes I forget that Digimon is built on a budget. And not a particularly large one.
you can't buy sneakers on this budget.
You can't have cardboard on this budget.
I hate myself sometimes. I have to fix animation errors. It's just a thing. And missing an arm. What? No, he's not missing an arm. He's throwing it in front of him, so that's why it's like that. The animation cell itself is supposed to be much lower, so this is supposed to be getting caught by the branch. So I had to go in and... Oh, no, wait, no. This is just the branch itself. What's going on here?
Also, it should be noted that back in the day, these were like on lower resolution TVs. So
Yeah.
all these errors would never have been seen.
At least be harder to see. So I had to isolate Sukumon like this, and then just drag him. As a matter of fact, I think, yep. I didn't even bother making a clean play of this. I just dragged his ass down and just extended some elements in the background. Because Digimon has such a watercolor style for its backdrops, you can't really tell. That was definitely one of the more annoying effects, because the funny thing is, episode 10 is being edited with the US Blu-ray footage. This was edited with the Japanese Blu-ray footage. So there was a recap at the beginning of the episode where we showed this, so I had to do this effect again!
Oh my god.
Now, in hindsight, I could have just pulled from the shot and just be like, yeah, it's fine. But I was like, no, I'll use only the American footage. Until I realized there were a few shots that only exist in the Japanese footage that we wrote into the episode. So I was like, guess I'm using the Japanese footage anyway.
RedBeast.
I know. I am a
RedBeast.
fool. So, this episode had Mimi and Palmon blush a lot. And that doesn't match with Mimi's emotional state when we wrote this stuff. It's like she's crying, but all Mimi don't be like that. So I just made a color layer and painted over that. And do that here for, yeah, it's just a simple keyframe animation of the mask. And do that here. Again, here with Mimi. This is a mask of her hair to cut off any bleed from the color layer here. Oh yeah, this was a fairly obvious one. Palmon here too. Palmon, because if you've seen the original episode, Sukumon's flirting with them. And
Yay!
Mimi's like 10.
12?
Yeah, so we was like, no. We did not want any of that.
No, we don't want the poop monster to be flirting with the 12-year-old. No, thank you.
Sukumon, stop blushing, you God damn.
Sukumon, you're going on a watch list with Devimon.
Yeah. I had to erase the blush here too. Let's see. I had to do it in a lot of shots. Okay, now this one was more interesting because it was... That was the wrong layer.
Palmon, no!
Okay, so in the original footage, Palmon was crying because Izzy was ignoring them. So I duplicated a section of her eye to cover that up, but I also needed to clean her lip flaps. So, like, there's some kind of, I don't remember why I needed to do this, but I needed to duplicate part of the, oh yeah, because when she moves her mouth, the animation affected up here. So I needed to replace the background of her lip flaps. So I just need to carve all this out. Masking is not that hard for me at this point. It is basically come to be expected in every episode. Bum.
I mean, the masking itself for you, correct me if I'm wrong, Red, it's not that hard. It can just be time consuming.
Correct. Egoraptor has a series called Sequelitis, and there's one quote that I love, which is really, really true. Certain things are not hard, they just take a lot of time, and time creates the illusion of difficulty. Just because something took a long time to do does not automatically make it hard. Like, masking is just me poking a lot of dots somewhere. That alone isn't the hard part. And some of the shots are very easy to actually do. I can probably crank out a bunch of these in one day. This,
Once you get
however,
into your rhythm, you're good.
oh yeah. This effect, however, was a bit more complicated because we joked around. It was like, oh hey, yeah, they're gonna bust out. But I believe it was Chase that suggested, yo, can they just explode out blood? So they did. Now,
Okay, thank you for pointing out that was a Chase pitch, because I could have sworn it was just you going like, it could be better.
I'm just that Wonder Woman meme. Just it could
Yeah.
be better.
I do know for a fact you add the eyeball.
Yes, I was going to get to that. This is a section of my notes that I've labeled fun. So first of all is the masking. This is a pre-composed layer that is... No! Oh, it's a roto brush layer. That's right. I used the roto brush feature. I totally forgot I did that. Alright, so I basically isolated all of these mask chunks so that the blood layers I put would be behind there. And I surprisingly used not that many blood effects. I did, however, duplicate his eye and layer it on top to just add a little bit more grossness to this. Those are real people. The Pokemon just exploded from them. Yes, Vex. Oh, we didn't even think about that. The implications of that. Thank you, Vex.
We just assume like, oh yes, they just rip off these disguises. Like, no, those are actual humans. They could have been saved, but no, the Pokemon killed them.
So I was onto something, but it was Joe's fault.
Oh my god, people are dead.
Good job, Joe. Don't worry, Joe. I will launch the fishes at them.
Good. Kill them with fish.
I would go through the same process here with the army of Pokemon exploding. Isolate the masks. I have the blood and gore explode.
Halloween.
This is Halloween.
And demonetized.
Oh god.
Strike.
It makes the real world invasion later even worse. Oh god.
Oh no. And they have no Pokemon lose your power to save them.
We did have a few discussions about that. So we don't worry, we have ideas in the chamber. Don't want to go into them now because, you know, why would we say it when we can show you? But we have had a few discussions about what we could do for that. Also, my favorite thing about this is this shot happens twice. So boom. It's in the source footage is literally just a mirror of this other shot. So instead of doing it twice, I just flipped the footage.
Good. Work smarter, not harder. Also, I love that the implication that if these were his normal last people is like, oh wait, humans are in the digital world just casually? Back to Sentarumon's line, these aren't just any killable children. Do Digimon just kill children when they want? Do they only care about Digidestined kids?
These are Gen I's old college buddies.
Oh no. Gen I's drinking buddies.
Oh, speaking of Elgitoros.
Hi, evil Palamon. Did you awake your Sharingan too?
So this wasn't in the script, but I just love the idea of it. So Palamon's threatening Izzy here, so I was like, how do I really sell this? So I just took red layer masked over her eyes and applied a fast blow to create this glow effect. I again isolated her eyes here and just ramped up the curves just to brighten them up. Where is this attached to? This is interesting. Yeah. I applied an overlay blend mode to give it some extra kick. And yeah, all around, this was a very fun effect. I love fucking with things like this. Evil Palmon, aka Palmon. Oh yeah, the dark ring around her eyes also helped kind of make this effect stand out in an intentional way. Love that. I'm just gonna pop back to this every now and then just to scare YouTube. So again, another effect that wasn't in the script. I just did it to be a dork. The way Nick said all of them, like with the dumbass sounding face, I was like, I have to do something to him. Originally, I wanted to use, let me see if I can find the shot. I wanted to use a shot coming up here. Yeah, I wanted to use this shot right here of Sukamon. But he didn't have any lip flaps, and the background environment didn't match where this was happening. So it's like, I want to use this shot, but it doesn't make sense. No brain cell behind those eyes. God damn right. Yeah, that is the biggest tragedy of this episode. That I couldn't get that shot to work, but I'm very happy with this. Let's see, what's next on my... God damn, why do I keep coming back to this shot? Okay, oh. Actually, yeah, I wanted to ask the audience about this one. So, this is a very easy effect. Forgot the line was there. Alright, so this is my version of the Digivolution Glow. It is a Trapcode Shine effect, a plugin from Red Giant. I love their stuff. Now, back when I first started this effect, I believe episode 3, I just kind of used the default colors. But since kind of exploring a bit more, I've started getting a bit more experimental. At one point I tried coloring it in accordance to the Digidestin's crest. But here I just did a flat white, just because that's kind of how they normally glow before they digivolve. I've had a lot of fun experimenting with this. What do you guys think? Should I keep keeping it white when they go champion, and then maybe use the crest color for when they go ultimate? Or should I just keep it colored to the Digidestin? To do this effect, literally all I did was just mask out Tentomon. Oh god, where'd I go? I'm somewhere else now.
The digital world. Oh, yeah. You want to mention this little thing you
Get
did?
to it. It's in my notes, don't worry. But first,
Wait, you have notes?
Yeah, I have a bullet point of like nice easy segues.
I thought you just keep track of all this in your fucking Machiavellian mind palace.
God. I mean, here's
Like
the
you
thing.
You're like Sherlock Holmes, just like thinking of like 12 different things all at once.
I had to kick this episode out of my brain to make room for episode 10 because F10's a fucking monster.
I swore canonized that the way you add is like Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes, like first mask, then delete.
So let's hop on over to this section of the episode because this was a very fun effect. I'm happy it worked. Also, the sound effect. That was a gift from Roland Nolan. Nolan, he did that for me in edit once, and I've loved it ever since. I've had to use it.
Oh, wow! I thought for sure one of us was gonna bite the dust on that one.
I don't know about biting, but sure nailed a lot of it.
Now, disclaimer. I did not invent this effect. I actually followed a tutorial for this. I can even link it in the chat for everybody. If you are an editor and you want to take a look at this, boom. This is a tutorial on how to make 2D dust explosions, and other kind of dust elements. So all I did, let's see. I saw it by, where's the good layout? Ah, here it is. With a particle system. Yeah, very easy first step. Start with a particle simulation.
I just love how you make it sound like copying homework is like one of the few things, like in editing is one of the few things that's okay.
What's up?
Like, sorry, I might have stuttered there. That when copying homework, it's okay to do that in editing.
It is. Like, absolutely, it is. You can. That's why tutorials are uploaded. So, I started with a particle. After Effects' built-in particle system. CC Particle System 2, to be exact. You start by emitting no particles. Nothing gets born. Then you emit maybe about a dozen or so. And then immediately kill it again. That's what these top keyframes are right here. So nothing, a little bit of something, then really nothing again. That controls how many particles are emitted for how long. So we kind of had a quick burst of things being spawned, and then that's going to be the only instance. Otherwise, they continuously spawn. Like, for example, let me kill this keyframe right fast.
Sure nailed a lot of it.
Oh, never mind. This is being weird. 1 second. Kill that. Okay. But yeah. It's how long they live on screen. And we have this going for about 4 seconds. From here, you can control the physics on how you need it. I also have the animation set as an explosion. Let me bring that out. Yeah, so longevity, physics, explosion right here. This controls the shape of the emission. An explosion has everything going out in all directions. You could have them coming out in a like almost like a cannon in a single direction. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with these. What I would mostly do is keyframe the resistance, like air resistance, so these don't just fly freely with no obstruction, and velocity, which controls speed. I would also set the particle type to lens convex. These would create these kind of circular shapes, like these are kind of reminiscent of lens flares, like lens imperfections. So it was a good shape for this kind of effect. I then changed the size that they start at and then end, so that way they start off small, get big, and then die off small again. And that's pretty much the basic setup for the particles itself. What we would then do is set up the color, because otherwise they start off white, just default. I would create this lightish gray for them to start off, this darkish gray, and then they would kind of fade off into a gradient. And then lastly, I applied a glow just to have almost apply that 2D stroke that a lot of 2D elements have, and to help provide some separation from the background elements. Because the thing that sells this is the fact that we're going to be stacking it on top of itself at different sizes. Because notice that we're spawning these on top of each other at different times and at different sizes. And then I would just keyframe the position and let them dissolve out. I would then render this as a transparent video layer and put it on top of my keyframes with Izzy. That was actually probably one of the more challenging effects I had to do this episode, because I actually did this again. I did this earlier in episode 7, I believe, when Ikakumon blasted the mountain. But yeah, this is a very fun effect. I really enjoy creating my own custom elements whenever I can. Speaking of custom elements.
Oh boy.
Element 3D version 2. I have a pack of 2D sprites that I use for blood, energy, sparks, and bullet hits. That's where this came from.
I was so happy that we can use Mimi's gun again.
Yes.
I actually use it as a prop in the episode.
So I wanted to just create a quick bullet scuff here. What I did for this was I actually just duplicated Santorumon's footage, created this image of fractal noise, and applied it to his footage as a track mat. So that way this pattern would show up on the footage, but with the proper color and shading. Notice how the fractal noise pattern that I made actually gets darker once it hits the shadows, because it's actually the footage itself coloring it.
That's really neat.
Yeah, track mats are incredibly powerful, but they used to be a lot harder in After Effects because they used to solely rely on the layer's position. They've recently made it so that you can attach a track mat to any layer regardless of its position, and I'm so happy for that change.
Do you mind if I quickly jump in here with one quick thing about Santarumon?
Yes, go for it.
The fucking rabbit hole we ended up going down when we were writing this character. We were like, I wonder what kind of wacky direction we'll take this one off guest character. Screaming all the time like Meramon, or maybe overly polite like Frigimon. And then we started Googling, and the goddamn horse whose hole we fell through. Goddamn.
Google was listening to us that day, because ever since then, YouTube's just been recommending horrible horse information.
Centaurs have 2 rib cages. What the fuck?
Oh.
Like,
Also,
this one red thread in particular was responsible for the Choir Invisible line.
Oh yeah, I actually utilized some of that in the his info card, which we'll get to in a bit. But because everyone loves Mimi's gun, let's take a look at it. Let's see if I can even open this. So Mimi's gun is not a 2D element; it is a 3D asset. I have talked about my love for a group called Video Copilot before. They create After Effects tutorials and After Effects plugins. They are actually the website I used to teach myself After Effects. And they have a pack of 3D models. And this is their Advanced Weapons pack. I have come a long way since last time I've used Mimi's gun. I am now cell shading it. But there are still issues that we come into place when using Mimi's gun. For instance, trying to make it fit her fucking hand is always a challenge. I'm always trying to keyframe it, change its 3D rotation and position. The more diamonds you see, the more trouble I fucking had. I had to, in every shot, we could see her hand here. Even this distance shot. And the dumb
I
thing...
didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and you want to know the dumb thing? We know artists now. When we did this, we didn't know Kaduyu or any other 2D artists in the community. I could easily just ask them, hey, can you draw a gun for me in the Digimon art style? And they could probably do it, and we would pay them for that. I don't know why I'm still doing this effect this way. Why am I still using 3D for this?
You know, I was going to ask, why not just use a PNG?
Because, again, that runs into this whole issue of like, oh, what if it rotates in the scene? Kaduyu is an animator. I could just ask her to do this. She's insanely
Red?
talented. Yeah?
Why don't you? Chat. RedBeast.
So,
Sorry to put you on blast.
no, it's fair. So, how many of you got this information? I have a Photoshop file just saved with all this information. Like, this is a template I update every episode at this point. So when do we get Mimi's gun on a shirt? God, I don't know.
The
I-
the bad, the Mimi.
The funny thing is, we don't actually write what's on these info cards ahead of time. That's kind of up to me in the moment, and then I send it off to you and Chase, and you guys give feedback. Like, I think Chase gave feedback on Ogamon's Club one in episode 8.
Yes, I've very rarely given feedback on these.
Yeah, we got. Oh no, not again! Can we please fight Devimon instead? Why are there so many poop Digimon?
Why are there so many poop Digimon?
I don't know. And then we have. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong scene.
Don't be suspicious. I am in danger.
No, it is the right scene. Where are you?
While you're finding that, I just want to quickly say,
No, it is the wrong scene.
getting Yamato as effects, aka Izzy, when we gave him the direction for the I am in danger, immediately he just popped off like, I am in danger, I am in danger.
No, you're scared. Ah, yes, Centauromon's notes.
And I was ready.
Horses don't have enough toes. A cruel joke of God's creations. How does he wear pants?
How do centaur pants?
How do centaur pants?
These are the questions.
Now, while I'm actually in Premiere, there's a few VFX I did in Premiere itself. Oh wait, Storm, you want to mention Daedalus Mon?
In a second, I just saw a question in chat. Whose idea was it to give her a gun in the first place?
That was Storm.
Oh yeah, that one was
Very
100%
specifically, I have a vivid memory of it. We were walking to our local pizzeria back when we lived in our old place, and we were even talking about Digimon. Storm just turns to me and just goes, "You should give me a gun." And immediately was like, "Why?" And then it was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
When we started Digimon Abridged, I had a very specific idea for Mimi.
Yeah, you can blame Storm for Mimi's current characterization.
I regret nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And if you've seen this episode, we think we've given you enough clues to kind of piece together why. So yeah. Now you know why Mimi has a gun.
because of me,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
So
But just to backtrack to what you were saying before, for those of you who's heard a Centaurumon go like, I've solved your puzzle at last, Daedalus-mon. As far as I'm aware, there is no Daedalus-mon official Digimon. That's just a reference to Greek mythology. Daedalus is the guy who made the labyrinth that the Minotaur was sealed in.
yeah, all of the labyrinth jokes was Storm this episode. It seems as though this maze is some sort of labyrinth. That was Storm.
I love it because it's so dumb.
Oh yeah, I remember Izzy had a fun time recording that one, and who would put something in a labyrinth? Like who would put a monster inside of a labyrinth? That was also you.
Yeah. Look, I love mythology. If I have an option to shoot my shot, I'm taking it like I'm Mimi.
Also, I love Max in the chat. Like, we should give me a gun, pizzeria. Please leave.
They knew us. That is pretty well at that point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we have this fun little effect here where Mimi shoots Sukamon. Now this is 3 elements. First is the actual Photoshop of the bullet hole on Sukamon. Then we actually have this effect of gun smoke. This is actually a element of gun being shot, like a gun shooting, and the dust element of that. I do a bunch of VFX, so I have a few stock real life footage assets if I'm doing a fight scene or anything like that. If schmucks wanted to film a video at a con, that guy with the glasses style, I'm ready. And we also have this element here of smoke leaving a gun barrel. And it just so happened to perfectly fit inside the hole. Words that I don't like saying regarding Sukamon. But I did do one thing that is technically inaccurate. See, the smoke wouldn't be following the hole the way it is. But if I didn't do that, then you would be able to see this smoke ring. And it would kind of give away the effect. So I decided it looks better this way, so I wasn't going to sweat it.
Like, realism kind of can fall to the wayside in terms of, like, visual storytelling because we need to convey something different.
Oh, where was the blood? There was no blood. Sukamon is basically built out of shit.
He's like muck, but worse.
Exactly. And also, it just went under Chumon. No blood from Chumon.
I just love the sentence. So when we shoot, Mimi shoots Sukamon, and all I can think of is the Mighty Python, and there was much rejoicing.
Additionally, want to just give a shout out to Kaduyu, our artist, who did this bandage stuff on Sukamon in all of these shots. I had to get, because of how Sukamon fucking talks, and I hate him for this, his entire fucking head bounces.
His entire head is the lip flap. His entire body.
Yeah. So I had to basically send Kaduyu every single frame of him and be like, hey, I'm sorry. Help! So, yeah, she was absolutely a saint this episode. She came in clutch, even for like this far distance shot of just like Sukamon bouncing just to get close. Like, thank God we have someone like Kaduyu to help us out because she is a godsend. Kim, if you're watching, we love you. Let's see. Oh, yes. This is actually one of my favorites in the description. Let's see. Up next, we have this code. Now, I was really, really excited and ready to show you this code in the way it aired in the episode. But again, Premiere updated, and so did After Effects. And something got fucked up. So this is not how it originally looked. I usually had different fonts, and there was different colors. So I had to change the font because the other font got fucked up. I don't know how. I don't know why. The update's weird. Adobe's weird sometimes. Adobe's so great, isn't it?
Good Events is great.
Oh, Sarah. Rip Red Sandy and animating Sukuman talking. Don't worry. The breakdown on episode 10 is going to be me at my fucking most feral. But yeah, so this text actually is really fun because now there was no plan in the episode for it to be anything. It was just like, hey, is he typing on screen? But I wanted to add a reference into it. I wanted to do something fun with it. So for those of you who have either noticed yourself or seen the shorts, you would notice that this is the TF2 leaked source code. That was actually because I went to John D, who many of you will know from the server, and asked him, hey, you're an IT wizard. What can I do here? And he actually sent me the source code himself.
The man is powerful.
Yeah, he is awesome. There's just so many
elder gods.
Oh yeah, there's just so many funny bits hidden in the code. I couldn't include everything I wanted, but there's some great stuff here. But I did, just to kind of show my work. Why do I keep jumping here? It just scared me.
Leave him.
I had it more akin to this. But in order for this demonstration to work, I set it to Bitwise, the font we use for tamers. So I ended up copying, on a text layer, I copied the code, who I wanted, and applied the text effect. And I would change the offset. That would create this effect where it would scale. And just kind of right up. However, let's have a little experiment here, shall we? Let's go ahead and... Wait, where's it going? Where's the text going? There it is. Scaling down. That's no good. The text is animating the wrong way. Now, chat, what do you think we'll do to fix that? Well, I don't know either. I don't know an easier way, so I chose violence, and I attacked it with math. That's right, we're using another expression. This one we're plugging into the position value, and this is a p-line value script. This is actually going to offset the offset to go the opposite direction to counter this. Again, this is something that I borrowed online. Thankfully, terminal type effects are things that have been done a lot. So people have actually made their own custom expressions and share them with the community. I hate Adobe's practices, especially the recent ones they've done in terms of their subscription, their AI, their cancellation, everything. But the one thing that has me still with Adobe for now is their community. They have an incredible community that is supportive. I love the people in it. The company can eat my entire ass. Sorry for that random tirade.
I just love that you talked about math, like, we must resort to math. Like, it's like, we can't, it's not the warrior's weapon.
Consult the old magics.
We must consult the oracle. No, she cannot be trusted. She has the maths.
It's like that Action Man show. I saw math. No, not math.
Oh my god, you just aged me 50 years. I'm almost positive no one remembers watching Action Man on Fox Kids.
You in the chat, who's seen Action Man? Don't make me feel old by myself.
And if you saw Action Man, did you also check out Mystic Knights of Tinanog? I haven't met a single other person aside from Red who's also seen it.
God damn it, I keep jump scaring myself with this thing.
Swear to God, this is gonna be the outro.
Fuck you. Why is this coded correctly? God damn it, Adobe.
My favorite thing before these streams is seeing Red go from like, okay, I'm setting up the stream. I'm setting up all my notes for he adding notes. I have everything perfect, and then scoff.
Yes, Pudding Scribbles, the original Action Man. Was it CGI? Oh, wait, there was a one other than the CGI one. What the fuck? Hold on, I'm derailing the. Oh my god, there was an original before the cartoon. It's like an action figure thing.
Well, I'll be damned.
What the fuck? Yeah, it had 2 seasons. It was in 2000. Oh my god, there was a 1995 TV series. Yeah. Oh my god.
The military guy. The more you know.
Oh yeah, it was a live action too, I think. What? Oh, also it's featured a live action segment. Okay. Thank you, Pudding Scribbles. You just taught me things. You uncultured fools. Yeah, the weird Matrix math powers. That's the one I'm familiar with.
Look, Fox Kids was just a weird trip.
It was. Okay, back to teaching
And
y'all.
Teenage Mutant Ninja chose the next mutation.
Back to teaching everybody how to fucking kill themselves with After Effects. Okay. So, I actually had to retime this segment here to redo his transition. So this was actually fairly easy. I first made a overlay of the monitor to make sure I wasn't cutting myself off with the with this effect, because I essentially just ended up duplicating a mask and just doing my own wipe. It was actually once this transition was done that I had to do something interesting. So, if you've seen the original episode, Mimi actually follows Izzy's instructions very clearly. The problem with that is the map actually reflects that information. So I wanted to change the map to... Oh wait, this is wrong. I wanted to change the map so that way Izzy's instructions were accurate and Mimi was ignoring him. Fuck you. I want to change so that Mimi was improperly following Izzy's directions here. Here we go. Yeah, so I actually ended up editing the map so that if she followed his directions, she would have been led here and escaped. A very simple edit, but one that I had to adhere to continuity. Anyway, continuity throughout. So I had to just repeat that one effect over and over again. Yeah, Matt, too. I'm using After Effects for a lot of my heavy-hitting editing. Oh, Burning, was you not? Oh, you weren't here for that? That was me exploding the Pokemon. I used a bunch of 2D blood assets that I have in a library. I used the Roto Brush tool to isolate the mask elements, isolate his eye, and just keyframe that going flying. Whee! Pile it all together, and boom!
It's me after my truck accidents.
Oh god, you fucker. This was actually a fun bit. This bit had Izzy's laptop hiding different segments. So I just ended up creating my own highlighted segments and just making those glow myself.
All those bleeps and bloops are dangerous traps.
Exactly.
They were real people now.
Vex, don't you fucking dare.
Wait, what did Vex say?
Vex is saying he's going to save that image and send it to me randomly. The fact you be able to do it while we're in a... Vex, you be able to do it when we're fighting in Pandemonium and just send me it. It's like, I have a plan. Red, try this move. It's like, right. Oh, fuck you. Again, this shot, I just had to duplicate the section to make the map look like my version of the map. But in order to do that, I did actually also have to recreate Mimi's little dot here. This was very simple, just a opacity keyframe, which I probably could have made easier with an expression, since I was playing with expressions this episode. I then had to do that again with creating my own two for Mimi and Centaurimon. But the problem when you are masking things that fucking small, trying to move them, how did I get that on the first try? I'm supposed to be proving a point here. There we go. You gotta get pretty close to, yeah, you can fuck up pretty easily. Unless you turn off the mask, and then it becomes easier. But I decided it would be much easier if I just made no layers for each of them, and just controlled the values to those. Oh, Burning Scruples, you're right. We did miss a good Pac-Man reference option.
I think it was considered, but given everything else that we had in motion at the time of scripting, I think...
Yeah, maybe we could have made something work.
Maybe.
But with only two of them there.
Yeah,
Plus
we didn't really have any chance for Waka Wakas. We could have cut back to Izzy seeing them moving around the map, going Waka 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 Waka.
Oh yeah, that would have been
Oh,
a good. That would have been a good sound effect to use.
I'm sure there'll be another chance where Izzy has a laptop with bleeps and bloops. Maybe when they're under a pyramid.
Maybe. Who could say? No, that's Donkey
knows?
Kong at that point. Well, I did this effect so many fucking times.
How many maps do you have?
Oh. There was actually one more effect I want to talk about because it's my favorite. And it's a map
By all
effect.
means.
So I love glitching effects. They are I love digital distortion type of effects. They're my favorite thing to do. For the longest time, I loved. Did I make those dots? Yes, I did make those dots actually. You can make colored layers in After Effects, and I just made a circle mask. It's very easy. You can just make a solid color layer like so, and you can just make a quick shape like that, and boom. Control. Very easy to do. But what was a lot harder were glitch effects. Before, to do a fun glitch, I would have to make a layer, apply fractal noise, set it to, which one was it? Oh no, it was this one I would change to block. And then have to change the values depending on how much detail I want. Adjust the animation. And depending on let's see. Transforms. Yeah. Basically there's a lot of room for error on this kind of effect. So thankfully, I'm also subscribed to Red Giant plugins. So where is that effect? That's not it. Where are you, you son of a gun? Here is one of them. Ah, here it is. So this is the code that's on screen at the time of the effect. I have it keyframed. So, first I applied a deep glow effect to raise the Luma values of everything, as if it's on a computer monitor that's beginning to glitch out, that's kind of overexposed. I then added the Red Giant glitch effect and controlled the compression to the level I wanted, and then adjusted the frequency, glitch speed, small glitches, and glitch length to start actually adding these long lines of distortion and glitching. This is the kind of stuff that would actually be a lot harder back in the day. I ran that all the way up to here, where I ran a Red Giant glitch transition effect. I don't know how this effect works. Flat out, I don't know how to use this effect. I never got to the tutorial. So I applied it, fucked around with it, and only had it on screen for 2 frames before I was like, perfect.
Yeah, fucking how it's beyond your comprehension worked out so well for the Elric brothers.
Exactly. I only needed it to work for 2 frames. See ya, Scribbles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good old time.
But actually, Red, are there any other effects off the top of your head that you want to go over? Because otherwise, I just bashed my mic. We can open up to Q&A from the chats.
Yeah, this was the last effect I edited for this episode. One of my favorite ones.
In that case, chat, do you guys have any questions about the production behind episode 9 in terms of the writing, the editing, or anything else? By all means, let us know. Now we wait for the time dilation. We're stuck in the digital world. We have to wait a whole, 10 seconds for them to catch up to us.
My God.
We need to activate the D terminals now to synchronize.
What if we don't? I'm sure Hyandramon's a nice guy. Just misunderstood.
We can talk to him.
Exactly.
We can fix him. He's
Exactly.
a robot. We can fix the wiring. We can teach him to love.
What? Oh, Something Witty Gaming has rated with 38 viewers. How did you guys get here as I was finishing talking about the fucking VFX of episode 9?
Okay, everyone panic.
Hold on, panic. Hi,
Good job.
everybody.
Jesus Christ. Something witty. Goddamn, thank you guys.
Okay, I'll bring up the Bakuman effect again. Oh wait. Oh, Chase, you bastard. I see you in the chat. Get ready and then tea. Ooh, coffin joof.
Cool, you bastard. How did you go? How did your stream go, sir?
Something Witty Gaming as in something witty as in SWE? Yes. They have so graciously lent us their Kirito and their Hayabusa 449 to be Izzy and Tentomon for us.
We have them locked away somewhere, I think.
I gotta say, easily the most commented comment we get on every episode and every short featuring Izzy and Tentomon. Is that Kirito?
That being said, it is always a blast to get to work with them.
Oh yeah.
We have a question from Sarah. What's your favorite part of editing?
So there's this joke / bad habit I have in the writing process where we will pitch something that is really fucking difficult and they'll be like, "Ready, can you do that?" And I will just say yes without actually thinking about it. So often I'm left to kind of figure things out on the fly in post. And that's sort of my favorite process of figuring out how am I actually going to make this look good. Yeah, I can't talk about it yet because it's on a project that's not announced. But there was a effect that I did that took me 12 hours, all one day, mind you. I did this on my day off from my day job. It took me 12 hours, and it was all for just to clean a zoom out that I slowed down that was too choppy in slow-mo.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. And
Absolute mad lad.
I knew I could probably do it. I just didn't know how. So it took me a bit to kind of brute force my way through. And there's just that's just the kind of stuff I love. There's always something to learn. Yes, there's always something new to learn to add to your tool chest. Like, I love talking to other editors because there's always something different to learn from them. Like, I would like, for example, Rel. If you've seen Rel's editing and writing style, the dude is insane. I love his stuff, and I like to compare Rel to my favorite director, Edgar Wright. Comparing someone to Edgar Wright is probably the highest compliment I could do, because Edgar Wright does a lot of interesting stuff with sound, and Rel is fantastic with like just minor sound details. I love it.
Another question that we have from Camo: how much improv is there in the lines? A fairly decent bit of improv, depending on what the take requires. There's some there's only so many variations of yeah, like, but some of the more media stuff, our rule of thumb is give us at least one take as written the way we need it. After that, have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, for example, this line here from Izzy.
Which is something all these kids are gonna need heaps of.
Much to you, apparently. Like, I'm sure the kid's fine and whatnot, but I'm here. You can help me. You are choosing not to. You're selfish. I hate you.
100% improvised from Izzy. Like,
Yeah.
whenever there's like group reactions, we always allow for improv. Like, I love when Digimon sent everyone flying into the air. You can hear Izzy going, "This is such an unnecessary feature in a bed." That fucking killed me. I loved it.
Does mind-controlled Leomon shop at Hot Topic? Probably.
Matu, you would be surprised. Everyone starts to learn editing differently. You could easily have an approach or a thought process to someone who's been doing this for a long time that could be news to them. Like there's this abridged editing server called the Ablo, the Abridged Lounge. There's a lot of people there who have a long time experience. That's also great for new people getting experience. And there's this editor in there. His name is Slime. The dude is a mad lad. He's using Avid, Premiere, and Resolve. And I've picked his brain a lot about Resolve because it's a program I'm interested in. And he's cranking out these live-action short films he's doing, and they're great. He's doing a lot of particle stuff. I almost got the chance to help him with a few VFX, but then my IRL job got in the way of that. But I am under the impression, and I'm under the belief, that everyone can learn something from somebody else. Either if it's a technique or a mindset or an outlook. For example, I've been doing lift laps for years. When I saw Kaitsuneko's video on using the difference blend mode, that changed the fucking game. Just using the difference blend mode to be like, oh wait, if it's black, that means it's lined up. That kind of stuff.
You can do a lot. You can learn a lot from editing just by playing around with the tools. Even if you don't end up showing off what it is you make. I mean, right, if you don't mind me saying, I made a few videos of my own and they never saw the live day. But just the experience of making them taught me so much.
Oh yeah. And also Endo. So people know Endo. Will Leomon and Ogamon ever fall in love? Ogamon married Leomon's sister. They're brothers-in-law.
The love is forbidden. It cannot be. I just want to say, when writing that bit for episode 8 about how Ogamon married Leomon's sister, I was adamant that we credit Leomon's sister as Leonor.
It's in the script as in parentheses Leonor.
Yeah, it's Lenore, but as a Leo.
So Leomon married a Fugamon. You don't know?
Ogamon married Leomon's sister.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a Panjimon. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Also, Vex, actually, with a very good question. Has Tentomon's buzzing wings ever been a problem editing? They have, actually. Whenever I need to isolate Tentomon, his wings are always buzzing and moving, so I have to make those their separate layer. Actually, let me pull this up in right quick. That infamous 6.5-hour VFX ad session, I actually touched on that.
Oh boy.
Look at this. Oh my god, this little baby RedBeast right there. Let's see
Oh. That was your old icon.
Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, this shot here, actually, I had to separate his wings into their own separate mask.
That's up with the carapace from the wings.
Yeah, I even applied a blur so that way it wasn't too obvious. Because, god damn, this effect was rough.
Also, I think episode 2 was like the turning point in your time as an editor. Because episode 2 implemented so much rotor walk and so much scene reconstruction in general.
You can see that I'm still using the actual link file. For those of you who don't know, Adobe has this really cool feature called dynamic linking, where you can just right click and click send, and it will automatically launch the program you're trying to send it to with the same settings and everything. I love it. It's probably one of the reasons that's keeping me with Adobe right now. Let's see. But oh man, my brain. Oh yeah. But the link actually takes a lot of power and slows down the final render. So I will actually render from After Effects into a folder and import those elements and recolor them violet. Oh yeah, Matt. Keyframing is a fun tool. It can be kind of tedious, but dear God.
Is this in CS5 or is cloud exclusive?
I think dynamic linking was before cloud. You would have to Google that, but yeah, I'm using the current cloud versions. I'm not at the most up-to-date version because I try to stay one version behind. Because you know how Adobe can be with their functional updates.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's everything we have.
Is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap stream, Red?
I do. I want to say thank you all for your support. Because of this, episode 10 is well on its way. We already have it fully recorded. I am deep in the editing process. And provided everything goes according to plan, we could be looking at a... I accidentally just skipped ahead and heard Pamon scream. We could be looking at episode 10 to release within the next few months. How's Tamers going? Tamers 3 is actually also very well in production. That should release sometime after 10. We're prioritizing episode 10 for the time being because that's further along.
Oh yeah. If things go the way we hope, 10 for Adventures and 3 for Tamers should be out before end of this year.
Yeah. At the very least, episode 10, potentially both. Exactly. Yeah, we're very excited for the... And episode 10 is going to be a combination of 2 episodes, like how episode 9 was. It's going to cover the time with TK in Primary Village, as well as the final fight with Digimon. And we are very excited for that episode, partially because we got a very special guest on that episode. Don't want to say more than that, but we're excited. We're super fucking excited.
And I know we've said this in Digi Destiny streams past, but the reason why we're able to move so fast now for Digimon Tamers, I've actually been brought up onto the editing team specifically to help alleviate some pain off of Red so he can, God forbid, sleep more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
He still won't, but the effort was made.
Yeah. On that note, before we end the stream, I just want to say Digimon Abridged episode 10 will be the last episode of Digimon Abridged that I edit by myself. I realized how that sounded, so I had to quickly add by myself. At the end, that I didn't want to make it sound like we were ending the series.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like, you opened your mouth and I was staring at your icon like, don't you fucking put words in our mouth, man. We are continuing Digimon Adventures into episode 11 and onward.
Yeah, it is the last episode I'm editing by myself. From this, we have found a way to use Premiere to across both of our computers, and Storm is now going to be backing me up. So hopefully we can edit these episodes faster.
Right, giving me a heart attack, and I was in the fucking writing section.
So no talk. This is the last episode that I edited by myself.
The second you said that, man, I was like, that could have been worded better.
It really could have.
Because we were in episode 10, right? Like, okay, so after we finish this, we'll figure out like 11 onwards. We'll figure out the next edit. We were sitting in that room like, should we like put in like an Easter egg for Edamon so people know we're continuing after this?
This episode's already 26 minutes long. Fuck that.
Let's chair down. You're about to get smite by Zelda and all the fucking furniture of Hyrule.
God damn it. Sorry for the heart attack, y'all. It's been a long day. I've actually spent most of today lip syncing episode 10. I had to close. Before we started, I had to make sure I closed the correct version of the After Effects file because I almost showed you guys episode 10.
But I'm pretty sure some of these guys are going to donate just to give you just a flame you on stream.
Fuck!
Speaking of, as a reminder, we have a Digi Destiny stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST.
That's right.
Session 32.
Yes, we are getting ready for, as Nick calls it, the final phase. What will happen? We don't know. We didn't write the session. Only Nick knows. And our plan is to ruin his plan.
Our plan was not to stop his plan. His plan to stop me. The plan's of your plan.
Facts. Storm, let's set some stuff up for episode 11. Right. Not if I have anything to say about it. How dare you, Vex? No! I love how you could tell that I realized how I was saying it, so I started speaking faster.
Oh my god! Just to reiterate, Digimon is not ending. We have way too much fun doing it.
Oh yeah, and that's all because of you guys, so thank you so much.
Well, Grayson hack Hyangemon. Well, I kind of feel like that would be cheating.
That and Hyangemon is protected by NordVPN. Today's sponsor. No.
Yeah, I think if Grayson tried to hack Hyangemon, the man is just made of malware.
At this point, probably.
Anyway.
All right, catch you guys later. We're going to head off for now. Thank you all so much for joining us today. It has been a doozy.
It's been a blast having you all with us. Until next time.
We are going to have